Why do I call myself gay if my pronouns are he, they, and I'm dating a girl? Today, Netflix just dropped trans man.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm tapping into my roots as a YouTuber, and we're doing something that I've been doing on this channel for a long time, which is reacting to bad TikTok accounts. Now, this style of content was probably the most popular during the PNG tuber / jellybean wave around February of this year, but I keep on getting DMs from you guys with links to TikTok accounts that are apparently bad and that I have to react to. And I honestly don't even mind making these videos, so if you have a bad TikTok account that I should check out, link it to me on Instagram DMs. But yeah, today we're looking at this TikTok account called Fuzzz99. Venmo and Cash App in the bio. Dog, are you homeless? It's not even a Patreon link or an OnlyFans link. It's just straight up Cash App or Venmo. Literally just send me money and get nothing back. Like, I get that it's just sitting there in her bio. I don't think she's making anybody donate to her, or she's not pressuring anybody into doing so, but still. You have over 300,000 TikTok followers. I don't know if you gotta be down bad scraping change from your audience, but moving on. Anyways, the bio says, "Heyo, I'm Mole from MA, Mall, I don't know. Very odd name if I'm being honest. It's up there with other oddballs such as Rubik's and Schwarzbugel. Mole, definitely a weird one. 26 and a king, baby." Well, okay, I like the confidence. Alright, so let's start it off by watching one of Mole's TikToks.
Why do I call myself gay if my pronouns are he, they, and I'm dating a girl? Well,
oh my god, what was that stomp for? Hello? Hey Mole, can you not do that again, please? That was startling, that was frightening, and frankly, probably dangerous. Bro, you're about to accidentally shift the tectonic plates. Don't know if you've been paying attention. There's been Hurricane Ida, all these natural disasters. We don't need an earthquake. I love it when I see TikTokers that instead of talking the way that I'm talking, decide to stretch out all of their words for no reason. This person was asked a question saying, like, why do you use this pronouns if you're gay or something like that? And instead of just basically saying, well, I'm glad you asked, and then answering the question, she goes, or is it he? I don't even know. He or she goes, I'm glad you asked.
What?
I just have the feeling that I wouldn't be too pleased by the stench of this individual's breath. Also, why are you yelling? Cut it out. I can't even tune into your stupid pronoun TikTok if all you're gonna do is yell and stretch out your words.
Your pronouns make you feel most comfortable. Meaning you can identify as a male, but use she, her pronouns if that's what you like.
I mean, you can if you want to confuse everybody around you. You have to understand that words have meaning. The word she refers to a female. If you're using that word to refer to a male, that's going to confuse people. People think that it's so brave to use pronouns that don't align with your gender, when in reality, nobody cares and you're just annoying. Especially these loser freaks on Twitter that change their bio every week to update their pronouns because they're feeling more comfy in different pronoun sets. Nobody finds that brave or empowering or progressive. Nobody cares, and you need an actual hobby. How about you switch the one-a-week pronoun change on Twitter to a once-a-week set of 10 push-ups? I promise the latter option will help your life a lot more.
Spooky haircut, spooky haircut, spooky haircut. Spooky hair.
Yeah, get a look at those pearly yellows. Gorgeous. You posted this, okay? I'm not the asshole for pointing out what you posted. I mean, you got 1 centimeter away from the camera, breathed all over my face. I'm probably gonna be sick now, gonna call off work in advance, and I'm getting a nice look at your pearly yellows. This is 2012 humor. How is this around nowadays? Like, this is the derp face type of loud, obnoxious, heckin' random type of humor that was popular in the It's Raining Tacos phase of the internet.
Haircut. Oh!
Oh my goodness, you startled me.
I have no idea what this looks like, so let's check it out, baby. Alright, hey. Do I look spooky, baby?
Yeah, don't call me that. Not your baby. Okay, first of all, let's just make that clear. Second of all, the cut is atrocious. I'm just being honest, okay? I don't know what kind of angry at the world barber would do that to you. Yeah, I can't, you know, consciously say that that looks anything above not good. But the front side isn't even that bad, okay? Like, I used to have that cut. Not for very long because I didn't think it looked that good, but it's a decent cut. I'm just curious as to why you had the tombstone and the bones engraved in the back of it. Like, I know it's for Halloween, but still, not a great choice.
I feel spooky. Hey. Hi. Why did you turn your comments off?
Who are you even parodying? Nobody has ever acted like this. Nobody cares that you turned off your comments. Like, what? What kind of self-centered world do you live in where your Venmo and Cash App are in the bio as if people are just gonna send you money? And you also have this perception in your head that when you turn off comments on one of your TikTok videos that people start screaming at you. When in reality, you turning off your TikTok comments has the same, if not less of an impact on the world as the death of an ant.
Well...
Oh my god, and this pose too? Have you ever seen somebody in real life do this pose? People put the two finger emojis together, so it's like, oh, we're touching our fingers because we're nervous and shy. Has to be one of the worst states of human posture I've ever seen. At this point, I'd rather you flip me off. Like, I don't want to see this. And it's that same little intro to all of her videos where she stomps the floor and says, I'm glad you asked, for 8 seconds. Like, do you have beef with gravity? Do you have beef with the floor? Why are you stomping on it so hard? Do you hate it? Because I'm seriously asking, what did the floor do to you? Like, did you fall on it and you're trying to get revenge? Like, come on now.
So, first, I would like to say that, no! It is not because I got too much hate and couldn't handle it. I promise, I am okay. But I do appreciate all of the people that sent me kind words and lovely DMs because it means more to me than y'all will ever know. And I truly love y'all, like, so much, like, for real.
There's definitely a gay pedophile with 30 mental disabilities watching you say that you love everybody watching the video and is thinking, wow, that's really nice. I'm getting the love. Because I have to ask at this point, like, what is the target audience for this sort of content? I'm not saying it's gay pedophiles, but I could see them being a possibility.
But I turned comments off because there's a bigger plan already in motion, baby, that only I know about. So stay tuned, baby.
Alright, so that was just unsettling, I'm gonna be honest. Apparently there's a master plan in motion or something like that. I don't really like how that sounds. What could that possibly mean? What kind of master plan could this individual be formulating? Like, what are we about to witness? Stop saying there's a crazy, ingenious master plan in the works if you don't plan on, like, I don't know, adopting a monkey. Like, bro, let's just be honest, the master plan is probably that the comments are gonna be back on in 24 hours. Like, that's probably the master plan. So overdramatic, man. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm sorry for it only being 8 minutes. I want to start doing longer content, but I also have to just make more content to begin with. You're gonna start seeing videos around the 10-minute, 12-minute, or 14-minute mark in the coming weeks, but for now, I hope this is good for you guys. And yeah, that's about it. See you later.
Honestly, this makes me really happy.
I'm sorry, but like, in what way does this make you happy? You just got called a freak via TikTok comments. Like, I get it, right? When you have hate comments, you want to try to play it cool, don't let them get under your skin. But then there's just this, like the polar opposite, acting like enamored by hate comments. Oh my god, I just got a hate comment? That made my day. Like, what? What? You overcompensated too hard. Anyways, today we're talking about a TikToker that I spoke about around probably 2 months ago. This person goes by the name of Fuzzz99. I believe this TikToker uses he/him pronouns, so noted. But yeah, basically he just kind of stood there in his room and talked about, like, I don't know, like trans rights or something, but nobody really cared about that part. It was the fact that the dude was screaming everything. Like, just alone in his room, like, trans rights! It's like, dude, calm down. We get it, okay? You don't gotta scream it alone in your room for a TikTok. But after a while of posting the same content nonstop and getting comments basically saying, hey, dude, can you, like, lower your voice? You know, indoor voices, inside voices, please. You don't have to blow out my eardrums when I'm scrolling the FYP. But truthfully, a lot of the comments that he was getting were just kind of crossing the line. Like, they were just basically telling him to, like, himself. And as a response, he ended up leaving the internet for like a month or something, but he returned recently and he's just posting the same thing, which to me is just like, why? Like, I'm not saying that you deserve to be flooded with hate comments, but like, there's a reason why it happened. It was the specific content that you were making and the way you were making it. A good way to reduce hate upon your return is to maybe adjust your content a little bit. Like, obviously don't always listen to your haters, but like, sometimes they might be onto something. But yes, we're gonna take a look at some of Fuzzz99's most recent content and basically just see what it's all about. So leave a like on this video and subscribe. That's all I want for Christmas, a like and a subscribe from you watching this video right now, and let's just get into it.
Honestly, this makes me really happy. If your kid were to come out to you as trans or gay or any sexuality or any gender identity, and you can't respect and love them for who they truly are, then you shouldn't have kids. Just because your parents birthed you doesn't mean they get to decide who you are.
Bro, why does he laugh when he's speaking? Like, just the way you're born. Nobody can decide who you are. Like, I'm not really listening to the message of this TikTok. I mean, it sounds like a kind of generic, like, hey, parents, don't, like, disown your kid if he's gay. But I can't help but notice the forced laughter while you speak.
Kids are their own people too, with their own thoughts and feelings. Just like
how you can. It's like he's laughing at his own trans rights speech. What's going on here? This gotta be forced. 100%.
And your parents to use your preferred name takes a lot of guts and courage, because one, you have to feel brave enough to even tell them that you want to start going by a different name, and two, you have to have the courage to speak up and correct your parent when they don't use your preferred name or they forget.
This might be a hot take, but I'm here to speak my mind. The disrespect you may feel for your parents not respecting your new name is probably the same disrespect they feel for you abandoning the name they gave you at birth. You carry their flesh, their blood, their genetics, and you're supposed to carry their name. If you want to use like a different name around your friends, your bros, your homies, your dogs, okay, fine, like, I guess go for it. But around the people that literally fathomed you into existence, like, okay, who cares if they quote-unquote dead name you? They literally raised you. They gave you the best life they could. I don't think it's a big deal that they use your actual name when referring to you. And yes, I say actual name because the people that create you decide what your name is.
Over the past couple of months, I've been getting better and better at speaking up and standing up for myself and correcting my parents when they don't call me mom. And, like, I'm really proud of myself, because, like, it's hard. Earlier today, I looked under the Christmas tree and saw a bunch of presents under there with my dead name on them.
I love how that's, like, the best example of the hardship of having this name switch. You saw gifts that were being given to you by your parents with a name that you have gone by most of your life. Oh, good grief, the humanity. It'd be different if it was, like, an eviction notice with your quote-unquote dead name on it. Then I would understand that being, like, you know, the little icing on the cake of the bad news. Like, oh, yeah, I'm getting evicted and they dead named me. It's like, okay, I understand why that would upset you, but you're getting gifts. Somebody commented grilled cheese sandwich on this post. Dude, I couldn't agree more.
And so we decided that for Tony's 18th birthday, we would get matching Mac Miller tattoos.
Yeah, it's a rough day to be a Mac Miller fan.
I completely forgot about my homophobic gym
Dude,
teacher.
what is with the voice changer? But honestly, can I even complain? Like, is the voice changer really that bad compared to you laughing during every single word you say? I don't know, man. I guess we'll see.
Gym teacher that I had in high school until me and my students were talking about her today. So, we're gonna call this woman Miss D.
Oh, she found a way to make the AI laugh. I'm done.
How do I put this nicely? Miss D should not have been allowed to teach children. She was missing more than just a few marbles in her head, alright?
Whoa, we're just gonna be straight up ableist now? You're saying that neurodivergent people can't teach or be productive members of society? Okay, noted.
She was missing more than just a few marbles in her head, alright?
Stop. Actually, stop. I don't want to hear the AI giggle.
Miss D
Okay, cut it out. Knock it off. Knock it off.
Used to encourage us to drink our own pee and bathe in our own pee.
This sounds like the most made-up story I've ever heard. Where did you go to school? I'm pretty sure it's actually illegal for you to tell your students to drink their own pee. Like, it's gotta be against some kind of safety code.
Apparently, there's, like, nutritional benefits to it, but 10th grade me and me now, we're not buying it. And in gym class for warm-ups, she would make us do this. These exact arm swings. And who also was a known fact, had packs of gum in her desk. And that gum was only for people who had just quit nicotine and were, like, struggling.
So, quitting smoking cigarettes makes you homophobic? I'm so confused. You said you had this homophobic teacher in your high school, and then, like, all you've talked about is how she told you to drink your own pee, and she used to smoke cigarettes. Okay, I'm gonna try to find the homophobic part, and if I find it, I'll skip to it. If there's none, I'll just play a different clip.
She had a whole wall of just pamphlets. For every occasion. And if she got wind and found out that you were gay, she'd give you a special pamphlet. She had a few different options that she might give you, but a lot of them were basically like, being gay is not okay.
Oh my god, that was so overhyped. I thought you were gonna say something crazy like, oh, I snuck into her office one day, and the gay kid Larry was being lit on fire. It's like, no, okay, yeah, it was a little homophobic. Honestly, that's not even the crazy part. You should have framed this as your story of your teacher who was promoting the drinking of urine. Like, that's, in my opinion, that's far worse than her being a little homophobic. Like, seriously.
I feel like I could talk about this now. This may shock a few of you, but I'm actually a really smart cookie. I graduated college with high honors and was a part of a couple honor societies and had multiple leadership roles all across campus. Everyone knew who I was.
Damn! Okay. I mean, honestly, I don't believe you, but that's cool.
I've even had coworkers come up to me at work and be like, yo, so you're like actually really smart. Like, I thought you were like one of those people that stop. Do not finish that sentence because your real IQ is showing right now because you assumed just because I'm fun and like to be goofy and have fun that I'm not smart.
I mean, let's think about this for a second. Maybe this entire account was a master plan for an attention grab. If that's what it was, then it absolutely worked. And in that sense, yeah, you're smart. So I'll give you that. I mean, I am talking about you right now. A lot of commentary YouTubers have talked about you. I talked about you in the past. I mean, maybe this is what you want. Maybe you're just a genius. But on that note, I am going to wrap it up for this video. So if you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down AirPods if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll try to heart your comment. Follow my social medias. Links are all down below, and I'll see you guys later. Hi. We all remember Fuzzz99, right? The person who was glad you asked.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, so that person ended up going super viral, I think back in late 2022 for being a cringe final boss, and the commentary community was chosen as the Avengers to deal with a threat of this magnitude on the cringe scale. And we did. I mean, some videos on this person have over 1 million views. And ultimately, this person was a lol cow for a little bit until people stopped caring about them. Also, I know the comments are gonna, like, eat me alive if I don't address this. I don't know what gender this person is anymore. And I'm pretty sure if I assume anything, Joe Biden will come to my door and cuff me. So I'm just gonna say they, them. Anyway, this person recently has kind of come back into the spotlight for a video they posted on YouTube talking about how apparently they were hate crimed and got fired from their job as a substitute school teacher. The video is titled "The Truth, a Hater Got Me Fired." So we're gonna take a look at this video today. The thumbnail says, "I was hate crimed and lost my job," and there's a broken heart emoji in the thumbnail, so you know shit's about to get real. Guys, it's about to get really sad, so if you're not ready for this, I guess just click on the video later.
I hate making content like this. I love making people laugh and smile and forget about all their troubles.
I promise I'm not trying to be mean here, but like, this is the kind of stuff this person was posting on the internet. Like, I just don't know if your content has helped anyone off a ledge.
Your pronouns don't equal your gender! I love making people laugh and smile and forget about all their troubles.
Imagine going up to one of your boys, he's like, oh, I'm having a pretty bad day, but it's gotten a lot better ever since I watched a Fuzzz99 TikTok.
I love helping people feel comfortable in their bodies and always preach that there's nothing ever wrong with being you and that you should always identify and do the things that make you happy and feel most like you.
I notice how always with these like serious personal style videos, the audio is almost always doused in some sort of white noise. Listen to the background audio. Is someone like making a smoothie in the next room? Tell them to turn the blender off. You're doing an important video.
In September of last year, I was called into HR's office for 1, being reported by the haters, and 2, apparently the freshmen were writing my username on whiteboards, and the school wanted to make sure I wasn't self-promoting my brand, which I wasn't.
This is Gen Alpha at this point. These people that are freshmen in high school now, I'm pretty sure they're Gen Alpha. These people are growing up watching TikTok. They are hypnotized by the For You page, and you just so happen to be like the biggest lol cow on the internet for like a few months. When you become a viral internet meme, that takes precedence over anything else. Like, I know that you're a substitute teacher and you want your students to respect you as a teacher, but if there was literally 30 minutes before your class, a bunch of kids huddled up at a lunch table laughing out loud at a TikTok that roasted you or something at like one of the videos you made, it's gonna be near impossible to, I guess, deprogram these children from seeing you as kind of like a joke. And I do actually sympathize with this person. I mean, they probably had enough money to cruise comfortably for a while off of the internet fame. I mean, I could be dead wrong. Maybe this person never made any money off social media, right? But being a substitute teacher does not pay well, unfortunately, and it would have been more financially savvy for this person to better monetize their online presence than to get a job as a substitute teacher, which makes me think they're doing it out of like the goodness of their heart, like they want to connect with students and help this generation, perhaps because they had a hard time in school or something like that. So I think this is a task taken on out of like the goodness of their heart, so I support that. But at the same time, when you happen to have the internet presence that you have, it's gonna complicate things, which is unfortunate.
The freshmen had a very hard time adjusting to the fact I worked at that school and freaked out on the daily because I worked at school.
Running and screaming, I'm glad you asked through the hallways. Oh my god. Okay, come on. You had that coming. Even if they're not making fun of you and they're just, I don't know, looking up to you, they're gonna replicate your behavior, and your behavior online is, this. Middle schoolers and high school kids, they kind of like tend to replicate what they see like on media and stuff, and you know, you're all over the For You page, so they're gonna keep doing it. I'm sure you saw kids hitting the gritty throughout the hallway too. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. Gen Alpha tends to replicate what they see on social media, so.
And all the other kids at school hated the freshmen and would be like, you guys are stupid. Why are you freaking out? It is just mall. Chill out. Jeez, bro. Freaking freshmen. It was then during this meeting, though, I explained that I was internet famous and that I make LGBTQ educational content on the internet, and that I was targeted towards the end of summer, and that our very own town's manager was aware I was being harassed, as well as the local police department being informed and then later involved. On October 30th, 2023, I received an email from my HR manager asking to sit down to talk about my social media posts. I hadn't posted about working at school on TikTok in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie, it is insane though for a teacher to be on social media like this person is. I can't imagine what my school experience would have been like if one of my teachers was on YouTube or TikTok going up to people and being like, gay son or thought daughter, going up to random people in Walmart, Andrew Tate's son or Belle Delphine daughter. Like I have to go back tomorrow in class and be like, yo, were you in the Walmart asking people Belle Delphine daughter or Andrew Tate's son? That would hinder my learning. That would impede on my growth as a student, okay? Like, I'm sorry, I would just be thinking about the fact that you do street interviews or something.
LGBTQ rights or economic stability? Why can't you have both? You need to pick one. I refuse the question. You can't refuse the question. I do. But you can't. But I did. But you need to pick one. No, I don't. I just said you did. So what? Can you pick one? No, because they're both doable. No. Only one. I don't have to pick one because you can have both. But the answer is both is not an answer. It's not a valid answer.
I reject your question.
You can't reject it.
I just did.
Can you pick one?
I don't have to.
Why?
Because they're both completely doable.
So LGBTQ rights or economic stability?
Both.
That's not an answer.
Yes, it is.
LGBTQ rights or economic stability?
Both.
Are you trying to troll me?
No,
'Cause I'm just wondering which one you like more.
I like them both.
You can't have both.
Yes, you can.
Not in this question.
Like, that guy shows up to school the next day and is like, all right, class, turn to page 37 of your textbook. Today we're going to be looking at what the urethra does. Like, dude, I just saw you lose a debate to a Redditor. I'm not going to take you seriously, even if you're about to spit some facts about the urethra. Just like in the same way, this person probably is having trouble getting respect from their students because of all the, well, we'll call it bad content they post.
And the only post I could think of was where I let the art club kids face paint my face to practice before a big football game. And I thought for some reason HR wasn't going to be happy. I let them face paint my face and were going to yell at me, but that wasn't the case at all. Considering the comments on this video were so horrible,
Wait, does this person actually sit down and read every single individual comment that's written on their social media posts, on their TikToks? How do you even find time to, like, grade your students if that's what you're doing? Like, Mr. Teacher, I haven't gotten graded for something I submitted 4 months ago. Can I know why? And it's like, well, obviously, because I've been getting more hate comments, okay? I know you guys can see the page. I know you can see the comments. Yeah, these aren't gonna read themselves. Sorry, your test can wait.
the morning of November 2nd, before my meeting with HR, I was notified by email by our substitute booking website that all of my jobs that I had booked out till March were taken away from me and I was released from working them. Immediately, I got a gut-sinking feeling in my stomach and realized something more serious was going on, and I had no clue what it was. When I walked into the meeting, my HR manager asked me if I knew why I was here. I said I had no idea, besides wanting to talk about my social media posts. They then pulled out a yellow folder and slid 2 screenshots of 2 old thirst traps across the table to me.
Yeah, so long story short for this part of the video, they end up defending themselves from these thirst trap allegations by saying, like, oh yeah, I posted these 4 years ago, they're not that serious, and it was back when gay people were using TikTok as a dating app, so I posted like a dating application semi-ironically, and then their advisor or whatever is like, oh yeah, we were gonna fire you today, but, you know, considering that these are old, and, you know, what you gave us for context, we're gonna look back into the situation and see if we decide something else. And then the advisor goes on to apparently say this for as to how they even got these screenshots to begin with.
A person sent an email to the school this morning with these videos attached, complaining and wanting you fired.
Knowing the haters too, they probably also threatened the school in some way too.
Wow, I can't believe this.
Yeah, that person went through thousands upon thousands of my videos to find these. In my first 2 years alone, I was putting out 2 to 3 videos every single day of the week, and even on holidays. Those videos are buried. They aren't active videos, they are not being pushed by the algorithm, they are dead. I highly doubt a parent here or student here would have gone through and watched thousands of my videos and spent all those hours watching, trying to find these videos in the hopes of getting me fired.
Alright, you know what, I haven't watched the whole video yet, but I have to be fair to this person. I actually think it is a very slippery slope if you're gonna punish people for content they've posted in the past. Like, if this person's gonna lose their job for something they posted on the internet 4 years ago, is 8 years ago off limit? Is 10 years ago off limit? Like, I have hundreds of videos on this channel, okay? In the off chance that in the next 5 years or so I find myself at a job interview, and I end up getting the job, but 5 months later I'm sitting across the table from an HR rep, and they're like, hey, can you explain these? And they're just like clips of videos that I made when I was 20 years old. I would hope they'd be able to understand that these are old clips and that I've done good work for the company, and this should not force me to be fired, because the reality is every person basically now has an online presence to some extent. Hundreds of millions of people are sharing their thoughts on anything at any time all at once, right? I think there should be some sort of digital amnesty. Like, when you're getting a job, like, I don't feel like employers, when they're doing a background check or whatever, like, I don't know if, like, if they find something you posted on Instagram program 10 years ago or 5 years ago. And obviously, you know, it's circumstantial, but in general, like, I feel like it's not good to have your job put at risk for something that you've said in the past online.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a student here or a parent from the school district that submitted these videos to us. It was someone not from our community.
Ah, I see. Great.
You know you represent the school, right? What you post represents the school.
Yeah, but I never mention our school's name or post inappropriate content and always go by my preferred name and not my government name. And I also am signed to a talent agency and have a talent manager who handles all of my brand deals, and I work hand in hand with big names companies making advertisements for their brands while representing their company as well as my own. And I make a living every day creating content on the internet.
You do?
The rest of the meeting was spent scrolling through my TikTok and my HR manager being pleasantly surprised and pleased with my content, as well as showing them how much I post and how long it takes to even scroll back just to a year ago.
Wow. I cannot believe you make such lovely videos and help people and make an income while you do it. I'm gonna take these notes and circle back with the superintendent and the principal, and it'll ultimately be up to them to decide what they want to do with this decision.
However, knowing the decision was up to the superintendent, who is a white cis older male and who I've never met and has no idea who I am or what I look like, and the principal, who is also a white cis male.
What does being white have to do with anything? I understand they're not transgender. You said they're cisgender males, right? So maybe they're not going to understand the content you post involving trans issues or LGBT stuff. And so you're worried they'll be less understanding or sympathetic to what you post. But like, I don't understand. Like, I see these things sometimes. It's like people in the LGBT community, when they're talking about someone who's not a member of their community, if the person they're talking about is white, they feel some sort of reason to bring that up into the conversation like it's relevant. And also, for the record, this person is saying their HR rep was like super understanding and stuff. I'm willing to bet this HR rep was cisgender too. And statistically, it's likely that this person was also white. So this white cis male possibly was super chill to you. So I just think it's a little weird to just go into panic mode because the person who's like the exact same gender and race is going to be making the ultimate decision. Now, based on the title of the video, though, I do assume that this person ends up getting fired from their job, presumably by this white cis male. So like, I don't know. But just to wrap it up, this person is white too. They will always be white, and they have always been white. So look, I don't know, like, you're not so different from the person that you think is gonna start shit with you,
Who gave me the vibes that they were not the biggest fan of me and never really knew how to interact with me because of who I am, made me feel like the chances of me not getting fired were very low. A few days after the meeting, however, my art teachers all reached out to me and were like, "Where have you been? Why is there another substitute subbing in the art classes right now? Where are—"
I take it all back. Fire this individual immediately. Yeah, you are actually terrifying. Please back up. You look like a Power World final boss. I need you to give me 5 feet.
I reached out to HR to see if a decision had been made yet, and almost immediately my HR manager emailed back and said they had decided on going through with firing me. Out an openly queer teacher at school was hate crimes and then ultimately led to the school firing them. It just filled me with rage.
Alright, so when was this person hate crimed? Can someone fill me in on the details? Because having some random hater mail in old screenshots of your social media to the HR department at your school is not a hate crime. A hate crime is when somebody physically does something to you because they hate what you are, right? They hate that you're black or something. But also, doing a crime to someone you hate is not a hate crime, you understand? There's nuance here, but ultimately this person is being very liberal with the use of the word hate crime. Just based on the title, I thought this video was gonna be a story time of how like some insane hater stalked them to their school and like assaulted them on campus, and then they got fired for like beating up the hater in response or something for you know, being violent in response, which is not what happened, okay? Some guy, some troll sent some screenshots into the HR department, and in tandem with everything else apparently this person was causing at the school, like the disruption that they even admit took place, like all the students were distracted, the school ended up firing them, which, look man, may seem unfair, and ultimately if I was in this person's shoes I would be pissed, but I feel like about 2 weeks into teaching, when you can see that none of these students are taking you seriously, none of them respect you, all of them are basically trolling you for the entire period, I would probably reconsider the entire teaching arrangement from the jump.
And to anyone out there who thinks I'm lying and that I didn't have a positive impact on the school, can take my ex's word for it, who was also queer and understood how important queer representation was and how important my representation was for the queer students, and who texted me this one day when we were together and I had told them I had helped a queer student.
Who cares? I don't care how well you connect with queer students. Like, if ability to relate with queer students was the most sought out trait in a educator, the hiring department would just hire a bunch of James Charleses, okay? And it's weird that this person was like, oh yeah, I was a great teacher and I had a great impact on the community. Yeah, I had a conversation with a gay student. Like, who? Okay, great, thank you.
To my students, I am so sorry that this has happened. I wish I could be at school with you guys every day still. As much as you guys would get pumped up to see me sitting at the teacher's desk and yell, "Yes! We got them all this period! Let's go! Yes! Ah, I'm so happy! Let's go!" And you'd get big smiles on your face and tell me I'm your favorite sub, or you'd ask me for opinions about your art pieces, or just you're having a crummy day and you need someone to talk to.
So the video ends with them basically saying, like, I'm gonna miss my students, I'm gonna miss my classes, and I hope you guys miss me too. Now, ultimately, should this person have been fired from their job as a school teacher? I can't give a definitive yes or no because I don't know the full context, but I'm leaning towards it's probably better that they don't work there anymore. I mean, they even said it themselves when they were talking to the HR guy that, like, yeah, they have a talent agency, they have sponsors and stuff up the ass, so basically they're gonna be financially fine. And the entire video being from Fuzzz99's perspective, I think leaves a blind spot. Like, yeah, I don't think these administration people were like totally evil, heartless, or whatever. Ultimately, when you have a social media influencer being a teacher in your class, even if they're a great teacher and even if they connect with the students, there's a level of disruption that is brought to the environment that you maybe just don't want in the classroom environment, in a learning environment. And I also think that it doesn't do a good job conditioning, you know, students to respect their teachers or whatever. When they go on TikTok and their entire For You page is just videos of people roasting this person and comments of them roasting this person, I don't think that it's going to condition students to be nice to their teachers or be respectful to their teachers, and it's going to bleed outside of just this one mole Fuzzz99 person. It may bleed into other professors, okay? Now, do I feel bad that this person was fired? Not really. If they care about teaching so much, I'm sure they'll have plenty of references from this school to find another job as a teacher. And also, like I said earlier, this person's definitely not going homeless. They're going to be eating fine. This job being, you know, taken from them is not going to be the end of the world. And I also lose a lot of respect for the person telling their story when they basically lie about some details like, you are not hate crimed. That's insane. In what world is a hate crime like the HR department at your school seeing old screenshots from social media that you posted? And also, I know the hate comments are sometimes just out of pocket, but most of them say like, what are you doing around kids? Why are you a teacher? And ultimately, I would not want my children to have this as their teacher. This is not a good role model. This person is insane in the brain, and they post stuff like this on social media.
Why do I call myself gay if my pronouns are he, they, and I'm dating a girl? Well, what? Your pronouns don't equal your gender! And does gay representation matter? Well, glad you asked.
Another one. Another one.
Another one.
Thank you, Mr. Khaled. Today we're talking about Fuzzz99, the most hated TikToker. Fuzzz99 basically goes on TikTok and I think intentionally tries to be annoying and cringy to get more attention. So is me making this video encouraging that behavior? I guess, sort of. But at the same time, you know, somebody's gotta be the one to crack the jokes, to do the roasts, and yeah, I'll be that guy. If you've never seen Fuzzz99's content, I mean, how would I describe it? Just like annoying, I guess?
Gay representation matter? Well, I'm glad you asked.
They're all just hard to watch. Like, most of the time, he's just screaming about something, yelling about something, acting like a 12-year-old on a sugar rush. Like, bro, calm down, settle it down. Like, don't get me wrong, I like high energy, I like getting hyped up. Yup! Yup. Like, I like getting hyped up, bro, but there's me getting hyped up, and then there's being high energy, and then there's you in every single one of your videos for almost the entire video yelling consecutively back to back about, like, gay rights. Like, gay rights, gay rights, gay rights. It's just like, okay, yeah, I get it. You can lower your voice for this one. I know what you're trying to say, but I don't know, man. I guess that's just, like, his trademark is being annoying and bothering people who watch his videos. Even the comments section doesn't like it. Like, this one says, tough watch as usual, mate. Your regular viewers do not like the content that you put out there, but today we're here to look at some of this person's new content, and the reason I'm making this video is because there was this new information that just recently became public, I believe, of this person's age. Now, you may think this person, if you don't know their age, like, okay, they seem pretty young, they're yelling a lot, it's high energy, I mean, they're a TikToker, so they're probably Gen Z. I was guessing this person was gonna be within the age range of 18 to 21. No, this person is 26 years old. Bro, you're 26 years old, like, you're getting to the point in your life where you have to consider where you're headed. Like, are you gonna have a family someday? Are you gonna start a company? Are you gonna go work for, like, a major firm? Like, what's your path? But no, this is what you're doing.
Hi. Why did you turn your comments off?
Like, what are you doing, bro? Come on. Like, it's so weird when I see these literally fully grown adults trying to act like teenagers. It's always made me uncomfortable, and it always will. Like, stop. Stop doing the ooh-woo fingers. I'm gonna Google search 26-year-old, go into images, and then put up some pictures of what 26-year-olds looks like. Cross-reference that with Fuzzz99, who's actually behaving like a 13-year-old.
So long, baked in the mirror, you Saint Laurent. Hey, so say what you wanna say. In my living room, counting 100K. In the industry, some try to front on me. Look at my mirror, I'm just who I wanna be. I ain't gonna lie, I would die for my click. They all that I really need in the end. I'll catch you later, man. I'm about to dip. Little wavy boy serving up out of this bitch. I got my foot on their neck, boy. I ain't gonna never let up. No sir.
I just don't know, man. Like, I'm 19, right? I'm 19 years old. So, therefore, this person is 7 years older than me. Now, I've never really behaved like this, but if I were, it would have been like 3 or 4 years ago. Like, really like 4 or 5 years ago. So, if I didn't do it then, and I didn't feel the need to do it then, back when I was like a little teenager, no chance you're gonna catch me in 7 years acting like this.
Well,
Like, it's just kind of creepy at this point. Like, you're 26, okay? So either you're acting like this because this is who you are, which, if that's true, we'll get into that in a second, or it's a character to try to appeal to little kids for content. If this is who you truly are, like you got some sort of Peter Pan syndrome where you just haven't grown up, I don't even know what the solution or the remedy would be for that. Like, I would say, like, just stop it, but again, like, that's obviously not gonna work. Now, if you're playing a character, then I can kind of understand why you're doing what you're doing, because it's like, oh, I'm making kids entertainment for TikTok, and TikTok has a kid audience. Regardless, though, the content is still very cringy, and I'll explain why. Most of the content you make is responding to your comments, which I think is already sort of whack, because it shouldn't be this intimate. Like, if you're trying to be a child entertainer, like you're trying to make silly, quirky TikToks to make kids smile, then just do that, right? Like, don't get too involved in, like, the comment section or the ratings or your follower count. Just do the content for the kids, right? Because that's what it should be about. It should be about making content for kids to enjoy, because that's what every studio that produces kids content does, and that's how I believe it should be. Like, there shouldn't be a parasocial relationship between the person who makes kids content and the kid. Like, that's nuts. But it doesn't make sense, because then he'll just make videos like this, just showing off his tattoos. Like, that's not kids content. And then he'll also talk about, like, gay rights and, like, oppression and shit, and it's like, okay, that's also not kids content. So if the topics you're speaking about aren't kids content, but your entire persona is like all this like bubbly, loud, energetic thing to get kids excited, then who the hell is your audience?
y'all have a tattoo tour of all the tattoos on my body? Well, I'm glad you asked. Of course you can.
The very first tattoo I ever got was all the way back in June of 2017. Because I'm always making and creating things with my hands, I wanted a reminder to never give up. I grew up with Naruto, and he saved my life when I was just 14 years old, and it's all about never giving up. So having that little reminder on my wrist really means the world.
Yeah, like he's talking about the Naruto tattoo, it's on his wrist. It's like what's your desired demographic? Like what group of people do you want to be seeing this? What's the age range? Like obviously in the ideal world, nobody's seeing this kind of cringe content, right? But like who is it designed for, you know? Like there's a lot of things, a lot of content that I don't like, a lot of content that I disagree with, right? But I see the vision, I see what they're going for, I can kind of like understand what they're trying to do with what they've made. Like Cocomelon or Baby Shark. Baby Shark is a better example. Baby Shark is annoying, I hate the song, I don't like it, it's bad. But I see the vision. It's for little kids who have a short attention span, no object permanence, and they want like 2 words to remember that goes in a certain simple melody, and it works. But with this, it's just an anomaly. Like, who is the person diving into the Fuzzz99 content and really having a great time? I just don't know.
Well...
Wow, this is so charming, definitely not annoying. If I was like 10 years old, this would by far be my favorite creator. I definitely wouldn't want to die. But yeah, the weirdest parts of these videos is the comments that I get sometimes. I see comments where people say, okay, yeah, this is bad, but what did you grow up on, Alvin and the Chipmunks? Yeah, dude, I'm sure high-pitched chipmunks were far better than this. And I'm like, yeah, it actually was, you're right. And that might sound crazy to say, but bro, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, okay, they had an entire studio, hundreds of millions of dollars put into making this movie somewhat entertaining with an actual plot. I mean, I'm really gonna have to go to bat for Alvin and the Chipmunks here. There was character development, there was personality to it, and yeah, there was some charm to it for it being a kid's movie. Like, yeah, it's weird to just say it like, oh yeah, high-pitched chipmunks who can talk. If you want to say it like that as a passing remark, sure, I guess this TikToker makes more sense, but like, bro, I don't know. I actually feel like you can learn some lessons from Alvin and the Chipmunks, as crazy as that sounds to say, but I don't really feel like that's the case with Fuzzz99. But with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Comment down toaster if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll try to heart your comment. Follow my social medias, links are all down below. See you guys later. So Fuzzz99 is a person I've covered extensively on the channel. They're a TikToker who's responsible for outraging anyone who witnesses their videos on a For You page. Like, you're having a good day, you're on TikTok, you're one scroll away from this person's content and entering a fit of rage and general discontent with the current state of humanity. But that's okay, because you have people like me to cope with, you know, we can start a support group for those who have witnessed this content. Now, last time I spoke about this person, it was because they posted a video on their YouTube channel called The Truth. A hater got me fired. In this video, they talk about a story where they were working a job as a substitute teacher. I can't get over, by the way, this black and white filter with the Photoshop tears on their face. Wow, that is making me so upset. I actually need to take a cry break. This is like Family Guy sings Payphone by Maroon 5 Try Not to Cry challenge. I failed. So they were working as a substitute teacher, and then some person who had seen their TikToks found the school they work at and sent the administration some screenshots of old TikToks they posted where they were basically thirst trapping for other members of the LGBT community. Now, in fairness, I would be very pissed off if some random anon who didn't like me mailed in old videos or clips or screenshots of shit I've said like 5 years ago to my current workplace. I think that's just fucking cringy and like kind of the crux of why cancel culture is bad, where you're relitigating something that happened forever ago to affect someone's life as is, with obvious exceptions. If you're hired at a daycare and then someone finds out you're a pedophile 10 years ago, you gotta go pack your bags. Your Uber, your Honda Civic, Chelsea, 5 stars, is waiting outside for you, okay? She's here to pick you up and you're here to go to somewhere, it's called jail. But if it's just some, you know, relatively harmless shit like a thirst trap or whatever, I think it's probably not fair to get fired over it. But the real problem is that this person frames this entire firing as some sort of a hate crime. Yes, in the thumbnail it says, I was hate crimed and lost my job. You were not hate crimed, okay? You were the target of a harassment campaign, and that does suck, but I don't think you were hate crimed, okay? You weren't like mugged or beat in the street. That just didn't happen. And I do feel bad for you, but I tend to lose sympathy when you exaggerate what took place to this extreme extent to make it seem like you were a fucking Stonewall rioter. You were not. But anyway, I thought because whenever I talk about this person, people seem very interested for one reason or another. Maybe it's just sort of like one of those those people that you can't take your eyes off of based on the sheer absurdity of their online presence. And fair enough, you know, I'm not gonna complain. Hey man, if that's how I gotta get views, fuck it, I'm gonna play ball, bro. Pass me, I'm gonna dribble and shoot for 3. So I figured I'd check in on this person's TikTok page because they're still posting. Didn't know this person was 28 years old. This is funny, man. I've seen this meme. It's like, I'm only 28. 28 is young. I still have my whole life ahead of me. And then they got the medal, 28 years wasted. Hey man, whatever. Look at these descriptions for all their TikToks. Dude, what the hell? They've like formatted these paragraphs to describe these TikToks. Bro, I don't know if it's that serious. Take it to a publisher. God damn. Mr. Beast stands with the trans community. Let's get it.
This video's for Mr. Beast, but if you're not Mr. Beast and you're someone who supports trans people, then drop some trans flags in the chat, because we could use all the positivity we could get. Jimmy, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Shit! Oh! They dropping Jimmy on this. Okay, yeah, Jimmy. I didn't know you were chill like that. I didn't know you knew him on that first name basis. Jimmy. Okay, that's what you call him when you know him, so I mean, you must know him, right?
For continuously and consistently standing up for the trans community and your best friend, Ava Tyson. Now, Jimmy, I know you're probably like, why are you thanking me for standing up and having my best friend's back? That's what best friends are supposed to do. But people are weird, Jimmy, okay? They fear what they don't know, and they hate what they don't understand. And sometimes they choose fear and hate over love. But Jimmy, you have become a household name that everyone knows. If you went to anyone in America...
You gotta love, too, how they're literally standing out of their window to film this TikTok just so the entire neighborhood can be transmitted this noise pollution. Like, you could just close the window and do the TikTok, but instead you're leaning out the window with the camera to yell to the whole neighborhood about Jimmy Mr. Beast being a trans ally. Alright, thank you.
On their front door and said, do you know who Mr. Beast is? They would say, hell yeah! You have literally become so huge on every single social media platform there is out there. Hell, you even have your own TV station at this point. I've watched it. I know it exists. The fact that you continuously stand up for Ava.
I find it so arbitrary that people like this will go out of their way to be like, Mr. Beast is a good person because he has a trans friend. No, not because of the back catalog of literally dozens of videos where he helps people in desperate need of help with the money that he gives them, his charitable causes, with his philanthropy, etc. No. That wouldn't make you a good person, but it was when you decided to make a tweet supporting Chris Tyson. That's when I decided to support you. That's when I knew you passed my good person test. I don't know, it's just weird.
How do you know what a person's pronouns are that you randomly see out in public?
God, oh my god, the over-animate, dude, like, stop. Like, I know I'm not even calm right now, so irony check, but when the people who are, they act, like the fucking, I baked you a pie, oh boy, what flavor, pie, like, the people who move around like that millennial face humor, I can't stand it. It gives me like a little migraine almost. It's like, they use every muscle in their face to convey every emotion in their mind. It bugs me so much.
Bro, why does she look like a blow-up doll? Like, she is so fucking ugly. I'm pretty sure even a sex offender wouldn't stick his dick in her mouth.
How about, hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're talking about how to guess someone's pronouns in public or whatever, but instead they turned their fucking face into some like stretchy material that goes in any direction at all times to represent them. It's just fucking too much, dude. Just relax.
Well, you don't! Woo! Until you know what pronouns a person uses, the best thing you can do for yourself and that person is use the pronouns they.
That's retarded. No, don't do that. If they look like a guy, they'd probably actually be more pissed off if you went up to them and were like, hey, are you they, them? I'd be mad. I'd be like, well, what about me? Do you assume is they, them? Are you serious? Like, these people go, hey, don't assume people's pronouns, but then they'll also be like, okay, if you don't know someone, it's just best to call them they, them, because you don't want to assume. Bro, that's an assumption in itself. You're assuming that they want to be androgynous. No, motherfucker, I don't. Hello, I'm fucking 6'6", standing at a beautiful stature, okay? I don't want to be called they. Hey, what's up, they? No, fuck you. Leave me alone. Don't touch me.
Until you're able to work into the conversation and ask them what pronouns they use, or they feel like sharing what pronouns they use.
I feel like there's also just no way this person has had this interaction that she's coaching other people on how to have. Sorry, I mean he. Whatever. There's just literally no way because this isn't how it works. Like, this is objectively bad advice.
What's a gender and why does the flag look like this? Well, I'm glad
I just can't. It's like such mind deterioration. I see buildings sometimes that are in such disarray after decades of neglect and there's no TLC or any attention to them. You just drive by them and every day the wood becomes more warped. The building, the structural integrity, every day it's just going down and down and down, right? I have no idea where I was going with that. And it's so clear that no one cares for these buildings and they're just left to rot and then they eventually just collapse and there's just a pile of material, miscellaneous items and shit on the ground where there once was a beautiful home for people to live in. That I feel like that's my brain after enduring only 3 TikToks of this. Like, hey, my brain was intact when I woke up this morning, my cerebrum, my prefrontal cortex, all working in tandem. Now I'm here, not doing too great.
This is the worst pride collection I've ever seen. First off,
And just back up! Like, I don't know why this person gets 2 centimeters away from the camera whenever they have to record. Like, the camera works. It doesn't have a fucking render distance where if you go too far back, you disappear. Dude, if you're in the same room as the camera, it'll pick you up, okay? It's like, is this thing on? Angle.
be weird? Like what? What? Be weird?
Oh, it's so funny because it's their own merch. It's so sad too because the 999 used to be Juice WRLD's number to spread positivity and it was like a good message. And now Fuzzz is carrying it on. No good.
No one. Nobody. Not
Is this Boogie2988?
a single soul on this planet.
My mom on a random Tuesday afternoon in the middle of a Walmart aisle shopping for new bed sheets. It's like we're not there's no relatability. When you're making relatable content, that the relatable part matters. It's got to be something that I can connect to. Oh, I find it funny because it's something I've also experienced. I've never experienced your mom on a random Tuesday afternoon in the middle aisle of Walmart shopping for new bed sheets. I can't. Sorry. I'll chill out, but it's just like, what are we doing? I don't know who your mom is.
Go, shawty. It's my birthday. We're gonna get a haircut cause it's my birthday. We're gonna show ourselves love cause it's my birthday.
Okay, all right. A lot of hype here. Let's see this haircut. Better be the best haircut I've ever seen. I hope this haircut is as great as you're expecting it to be. You got 50 Cent playing in the background. It's gotta be good.
And yo, we don't give a fuck.
All right, okay. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Said that.
My birthday.
I can't. Yeah. I'm never listening to Inda Club ever again.
Look at me. My cut's so.
Oh my goodness. My bitch just got stolen. Goddamn. All right. Well, fair enough then. I doubted the process, but apparently he knows the method. Got that absolutely fire looking cut.
So fresh. I think this one might be the best. But we gonna have to.
You know, it's just so much to say, and I don't even know if I have the words to say any of it in a strange way. I mean, it's just the best haircut I've ever seen. I've never been this happy in my whole life, and they're miles happier than I've ever been after getting a 5 out of 10 haircut.
Oh, what my Baba designed on me. So on the count of 3, watch me.
You're not even rhyming. Drop the beat. Person's freestyling over the 50 Cent beat produced excellently just to dodge it. You're dodging the beat. You're running away from the beat. This goes hard on mute. No, it actually even doesn't. It goes soft on mute. That should say something.
Step, and y'all know the haters already got it wet, cause they gonna find.
Like, if I'm 50 Cent and I have to watch what people are using my instrumental for, I feel like this would make me not like white people a little bit. And I'm sorry, 50.
You know what's absolutely crazy to me? There are people on this app who know me for Jolly Jolly haircut and not Spooky Spooky haircut. Like they don't know that Spooky Spooky haircut exists.
Oh my god, wait a second. You're telling me there are people on TikTok who don't know this one clip you posted that went viral. Oh my god, they're missing out! Yeah, let's definitely want more people to have seen the video that got you the most hate in the entire world. I don't even understand this one. Like, I don't get the mentality. Do you want more eyeballs on the piece of media that pretty much led to your entire lolcowdom? Is that what you want?
And like I'll see them fight in the comments sometimes and they'll be like,
Actually, it's spooky haircut. Do you even know the original lore?
No, nobody knows the original lore, and I don't even think you know your own original lore. I don't know if your memory predates 2020 or any of your childhood, because I don't know how you end up posting TikToks like this on a consistent basis, and you're going, like, berserk on every single one of them. Like, in the game of life, what dialogue tree, what action set led you down to this path? I don't know, man. It's crazy.
spooky haircut, spooky spooky haircut, spooky spooky haircut, spooky spooky.
I just have nothing. It's my job to know what to say here, and I don't know. So this person, I guess, won. That's it. I lost. I'm out of here.